very good morning and welcome to Sport Recap on Hills TV. Yesterday we saw the Super Eagles of Nigeria being thrashed down there in Lisbon, 4 goals to nothing. Well, I think as the show progresses we'll talk more about that. I am Ainan Lubem and welcome. And I'm not alone in the studio.
Good morning, Ainan Lubem, and definitely we are here to talk more about sports and of course it is just 2 days to the World Cup in Qatar. I am Daniel Obasi.
Quickly beginning from the local scene, the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Sunday Dare, has inaugurated a 7-man board of trustees of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, that is the NOC. Dare, who was supported at the ceremony held on Thursday at the headquarters of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa in Abuja by the President, Nigeria Olympic Committee, that is Habu Gumel, congratulated the new board members and Nigeria Olympic Committee for working towards the revitalization of the Board of Trustees after its demise of its pioneer members.
Good one. I think I might be saying we're starting a little bit too late, but it's a good step. Paris 2024 is up on us once again, and so the Olympics will be coming up in 2024. So we are looking forward to it. But the 7 committee members, we just trust our Board of Trustees. Hope we can be able to put things up and running, and let's see how far we can be able to train this athlete ahead of the Olympics.
Some of those who are on the board include Ambassador Haruna Garba, we have Honorable Ayo Omidiron, we have Larry Glover, Jackson Bide, Lumumba Da Ade, Suleiman Moazu, and Obi Asika are all parts of the board that was inaugurated. And moving to the next story, a first half brace from Bruno Fernandes and 2 quick goals in the second half from Gonzalo Ramos and Yao Mario saw Nigeria fall 4-0 to the World Cup bound Portugal in an international friendly at the Estadio José Alvalade in Lisbon, Portugal on Thursday. The Selecao das Quinas, as the Portuguese national team is called, were without Cristiano Ronaldo but still had enough firepower to humiliate the Super Eagles in front of a 50,000 crowd before heading off to Qatar for the World Cup, which kicks off on Sunday.
Where do I start from here? But yesterday's game against Portugal showed we were down on all fronts, especially in the first half. The first half was a total loss of concentration, total loss of putting in the work in the game, and then we lack cohesion, especially in the first half. And I think for us, I think I will go back to what someone said. He said, when we begin to always change the national team, the players who have been called up with the national. Look at the Portuguese side. The caliber of players that have been with them since 2004, talking about the Euros, are still part of, some of them are still part of the squad. That is years back. Now, we bring in a new coach comes, and we bring in a totally different starting 11. That was what we saw yesterday. But for me, I wasn't surprised. The Portugal side are a very good team. They are a world-class team, and you can't take away that one from them. But I'd say for free that the Super Eagles on all fronts, from all the departments, the goalkeeper, the attacking, the defensive, all were in total bad form yesterday.
Well, you said something about Cristiano Ronaldo, the players, the team keeping the players. Now we see most of those players Cristiano Ronaldo has gone to. This is the 5th World Cup he's going to.
True.
And I don't think since he started playing, is there any Nigerian player that he is among his age range within at this point now?
None per
Any
se.
Nigerian player?
No, none per se.
Ahmed Musa.
Ahmed Musa didn't play yesterday's game, so would I say? But yes, Ahmed Musa is almost in that, but not. But Ahmed Musa have played at some point. Been to competitions where he also featured. But whichever way you look at the team, the Portuguese side, you would agree with me that this side have been together, and that is why they understand themselves. And then even those ones, the Bruno Fernandes we are seeing today, in those days back, he started always from the bench. So even if you are going to introduce new players to the side, please and please bring them from the bench. Do not just...
That game yesterday, we are at Nigeria. Let's quickly go hear what he said, and we'll be right back.
I am sad. 0-4 is too much goals. In the first half, I think he didn't start well. He didn't show good organization. He didn't pressure the opponent. It's true, the opponent has too much quality, and that move that they they create some superiority up with us. I think you miss some aggressivity for win the ball. In the first half was the good first half. Sometimes you could go there in the front. Okay, I think sometimes you need to change more the game for attack other space. In the second half, much better. I think our team play other level, the second level. That level I want to repeat more for our team. Of course, you need time, you need a process, you need training. I think you show here against a big team in the second half, you can do much better. Of course, if you can do the 1-2, he missed the penalty. After that, you suffer 2 goals. Very sad, but of course, no, I'm not sorry to my players. My players try to do the maximum, try to fight for us. Is one example. Is one good moment for you to think what you can improve. Even that balance in our team. But the match for us is the death signal or the best signal. That moment, if you score the goal, score 1-2, we can try to draw. After that, you suffer 2 goals. I think you lose.
All right, welcome back from that particular interview with Coach Jose Peseiro, who is the head coach of the Nigerian Super Eagles. I also saw some behavior from Emmanuel Dennis in the game yesterday.
I think that was on all fronts from Emmanuel Dennis. You just came in the second half, and then all of a sudden you want to take up the penalty kick. And then what I would not even say, okay, anything was bad with that, but when the captain intervened and said, okay, let this one slide, you still insisted, and then you went ahead to still mix the penalty. So I think for me, that was unprofessional, and that attitude on the pitch was very, very bad.
Well, of course, that attitude was not good. Still talking about the Eagles, Nigeria's international, who was not part of that defeat, that is Victor Osimhen, has emerged as the best young player of the year 2022, winning the glamorous 2022 Globe Soccer Awards for his excellent performance. The award took place at the Madinah Jumeirah in Qatar. Osimhen, Gavi and Valverde were the 3 finalists for the Emerging Player of the Year in Dubai, and the Nigerian international has beaten the Barcelona and the Real Madrid midfielders. Is this a good sign for Victor Osimhen? Is he going to be one of the most sought-after attackers in Europe?
He is already. No one else. You and I know it would not have been fair, because
they would have given to Gavi. They would have looked for a way to.
Gavi and Victor Osimhen this year, Mbappe, the likes of Lewandowski, those are the people we are comparing them, and then you give it to a Gavi. Come on. I think he's well deserving, and he has worked really hard for it.
All right, still talking about football. Africa's soccer ruling body has announced the date for the remaining qualifiers of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. Match day 1 and 2 of the qualifiers were held in the mid-year of 2022, while match day 3 and 4 were slated for September before it was suspended. The suspension came after the competition was moved from the summer of 2023 to February 2024. CAF once again.
I think at the end of the day, it's all about due to the fact that the Mundial is up for us, and then a lot of decision here and there. Ivory Coast, are we going to fix it in mid? So that's where the confusion has been coming through and all of that. But I think this is a good one. I know that after the Mundial, this month to December, the next time we might get to see any competition that has to do on international.
Liverpool are lining up a move for the Nigerian in the winter transfer window, which opens in January. Chukwueze, who plays in the La Liga, is one of the highly rated wild players in Spain. The 23-year-old is very talented and has a huge future in the game, and that is the reason why Arsenal are seeking to come for this man.
I think Arsenal is the best.
Arsenal is the best. Nowhere other place should he go. Arsenal should he be, so that he can help give support to Bukayo Saka, especially because Bukayo Saka do not really have a competition with from the left as a left winger. They have to be a second left winger who can be able to do damage for the Arsenal side. And then I Champions League next season, so that would be a good spot for talking about Samuel Chukwueze. And away from that one now to Senegal this time around, where we see Sadio Mane has been ruled out completely of the world, and definitely this man will not be part of the Mundial. A sad one for Senegal, and also a sad one
for the African continent.
Well, a very sad one, I think. The award was carved out and given to him. And so I think it's just a sad one. His participation at the World Cup could have just been the cap on the feather, but I think this is just a sad one for Sadio Mane.
All right, a sad one for Sadio Mane and also for the African continent as we go straight to the second part of the interview with Piers Morgan, where Cristiano Ronaldo has come out once again to say that he was wanted all the way in Saudi Arabia by Al Hilal, as reports have it that he was wanted for over 300 million pounds to actually take him off Manchester United. But he said,
well, he definitely has the capacity to play to 40. I mean, how old is Zlatan Ibrahimovic? He's above 40 and still playing football. The likes of Buffon, goalkeeper Buffon, and some other couple of players have played till 40 years. I think the likes of Van der Sar also attain that age.
Goalkeepers are easy to do. Goalkeepers are easy. But being at the top flight like Cristiano Ronaldo, can you be at that top level at that age and still be performing? The
same training the players.
No, goalkeepers are easy. No, goalkeepers are elite. We can exempt goalkeepers now. Goalkeepers play up until 44, 43. We can see them. But I'm talking about players who do the running.
I mentioned Ibrahimovic.
And then, can you compare Ibrahimovic at the age of 40?
Definitely he will not. His age is telling on him, but he still wants to play football.
Okay, all right. Quickly, as we told you earlier, 2 days to the Mondial come November 20 in Qatar. Nations will be up against nations, and then the big one would be who eventually steals the biggest shine at the world's biggest football showpiece in Qatar. We would see the first game, of course, Qatar, the host, are definitely going up on Sunday and hopefully trying as much as possible to impress the host fans as well. And then let me ask you before we wrap things up, who are you tipping for the World Cup 2 days from now?
Well, looking at the Brazilian attack, one will really consider them. But after suffering a 7-1 defeat at the hands of Germany, I think I will just be tipping Germany at this point. All
right, I don't know where we say Germany, and for me, I will start off with Senegal, the African continent. Senegal, no Sadio Mane, but I would just say we'll go all rally around all the African countries.
You said all, you mentioned one. You mentioned one.
Okay, I will definitely go up with Ghana since there is no Sadio Mane for Senegal.
All right, then that's the much we can take edition of Sports Recap. Trust you had a wonderful time. I am Aidnan Luben.
And I am Daniel Obasi.
Thank you for watching.